My name is Joseph Duster, JosephdUster.
Jared Zandstra, Jared
And we are one half of Gluten Free. This is Jared and I at Star Shooters here in Big Rapids. We are Coca-Cola, selling to Microsoft, and Microsoft headquarters is in Redmond, Washington. As you can see, they have a very large corporate office. Issues and problems. When looking for this company's issues and problems, we found a lot, and it was very off-putting for us. But the biggest thing for them was being mobile. They haven't really stepped into the cell phone and mobile game, such as like Apple and all the other big companies. Its ecosystem, like I said again, compared to Apple, it's definitely getting smaller. Market disconnect, manufacturing partnerships, it's just some other issues and problems that we have. Here's our buying influences. Our CEO, Stephen A. Ballmer, our CFO, Peter S. Klein, and our COO, Kevin Turner. Just a couple quotes there from each of them. History of the sales call. Our CEO, Muhtar Kent, and Microsoft CEO, Stephen A. Ballmer, sat down and discussed possible deal, October 10, 2014. Kent sent their head of marketing and sales team to Microsoft to discuss the plan of action, January 14, 2015, which is my birthday, so it was a pretty good day. Microsoft calls back, disagrees with our pricing. This seems to happen all the time. This was January 18, 2015. And then after a month of negotiations, and Jared just coming through in the clutch, they finally agree on a price February 22, 2015.
So this is our ideal customer worksheet. Fun. Best customers, Apple, Microsoft, Google, we kind of hit on those already. So characteristics unique to our best customers. Large number of employees, they have a lot of money and will pay for a product, and willingness to spend on employees. So obviously Coca-Cola is more of a luxury product, so we need a company that's doing well, has a lot of money, and is willing to spend on employees. Also, they need to be easy to talk with, introduce us to new customers, which always really helps us out when we can have a customer and through that customer and create new leads. Also, value your business. So, take for instance, you're trying to sell a dog food to a cat owner. The cat owner's not going to buy the dog food. So,
basically, it's know your business is what Jared is trying to say. You wouldn't sell dog food to a cat owner. That's the
good stuff. We didn't hit poorest. Poorest customers would be customers we wouldn't really want to sell to. BlackBerry, Radio Shack, because they don't have money, they're failing business, they're not going to spend money on Coca-Cola.
Our single sales objective, obviously we're Microsoft, we're selling Coca-Cola. We want to sell $3 billion in sales revenue by August 15, 2015, and we are extremely confident in that. Just some numbers here, Microsoft employees, 128,000 they employ each year, or that they have this year. There's 113 stores worldwide. It comes to about 1,132 units per store.
This is our win results statement. Obviously, we're trying to sell to Microsoft, and sales revenue of $3 million. Our key wins would be Microsoft agreeing to a contract with us. The key result of that would be having their employees having a much more increased morale, and a win result statement, agreeing to a contract and having morale increased among employees.
The commitment worksheet, like I said again, we're Microsoft, we're selling to Microsoft, we are Coke. $3 million, August 15th. Our best action statement, are you ready to sign the contract? Minimal acceptable action is like, let's at least discuss this, talk about the terms of the deal. Our commitment question, are you ready to go into business with Coke? And our commitment question, do we have a deal?
This is our credibility worksheet. Buying influence's name, like we said, would be Sir Peter. Evidence that we have credibility would be when the buying influence Peter tells us that we have their trust. An action that we're going to take to enhance credibility, just talk about previous customer satisfactions and how we've done this before and have a lot of satisfied customers. Say we don't have credibility, the buying influence will not let you get to the major issue, which would be a huge product. huge red flag. To get around this, we just kind of talked to them, tried to calm them down, and again, just talk about previous customer satisfaction, how we're an amazing company.
Our unique strengths, yeah, marketing and advertising capabilities increase brand awareness and create stronger demand for the company's product. You say, oh, so what? Well, Microsoft's annual advertising budget reached $1.2 billion in 2014, increased more than twice from $501 million in 2009. And if you said, hey, prove it, well, I mean, we do have a nice video for you from one of our greatest clients. You guessed it, people.
I drink Coca-Cola.
This is the 21st century. When I first saw
Coca-Cola.
I says, you have got to be kidding me. These drinks are clear, concise, and to the point, and they're timely. My mission, and it's really a strong mission with my students at Fair State University, is to make sure each and every one of them is ready
To drink Coca-Cola,
immediately after graduation, to be very productive, and
quench your raging thirst.
it ties very nicely with my programs and my 3 classes I teach. I teach professional selling, advanced selling, and sales management, and every one of those, there
Drinks.
that conform perfectly to those classes. Students love it because they're short attention span kids. They're multitasking kids, and they love to have at
Coca-Cola.
their fingertips. I use
Drinks.
to adapt to new thinking in the marketplace.
Coca-Cola.
I think it's a very concise and complete application of
What a drink is supposed to taste like.
So I think, if for nothing else, you have
A delicious drink in your hand.
Copyrights to that are Jared and Joseph Duster.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You guys are all gonna miss that. When you think of this class, that's what you're.
Hey, we're not done. Red flags.
Red flags would be outsourcing jobs. Microsoft has recently come under some criticism for outsourcing jobs to China and India. There are also some reports of poor working conditions in those factories. Also, integrity. Microsoft has been in numerous lawsuits with different governments and other companies for unlawful monopolistic practices. Also, security, due to faults in the security of Microsoft Windows and other programs, the big security breach. This is a non-competitive customer of Microsoft, Applebee's obviously, and this would be where we sit down with them and just kind of explain and go over the numbers and what went down with Applebee's and how our deal with them increased their customer morale and really helped them out. And just kind of to show how it would also help Microsoft, but they wouldn't view it as competition, it would just be viewed as, hey, there's a sweet company and it worked really well with them.
Microsoft's team, the 3 main team members that were most beneficial to Jared and I, like I said, were Stephen A. Ballmer, Peter S. Klein, and Kevin Turner. Here's the contract between us and Microsoft. New and long-term goals.
So, end of the day, we want to complete the contract. That's kind of our first and foremost goal, most importantly. We also want to establish trust and through that maintain credibility. That would be definitely long-term because we want to keep that going. We also want to be available to meet any unforeseen events and just be flexible and be able to help them out whenever they need it. And also just being a long-term partnership for decades to come. And again, that's where that trust and credibility comes back.
Not a one-time deal. Our timeline, August 15, 2015, Microsoft signs the contract. August 16, 2015, we begin distributing Coca-Cola to the 113 Microsoft locations throughout the world. September 18, 2015, every Microsoft store in the world has Coca-Cola in it. After that, we check in every month to see if the customer is satisfied and fix any problems that may arise. We're always there for them. We thank you for this opportunity to speak with you guys. We appreciate your time and look forward to a long-lasting, successful business relationship.
What about your ROI meeting with the CFO? Where was that?
No.
Okay, everybody say,
Oh.
boys, boys.
We're not done yet.
Okay.
Mr. Chet Tribe